lovely humans. Today we're going to talk about 10 roles that a coordinator plays on your wedding day. A wedding coordinator does a lot on a wedding day, and sometimes there are misconceptions about what we do and how we spend our time. So I thought it'd be a good idea to sit down and give you 10 things that I do and most coordinators do on a wedding day. And these aren't in any sort of particular order because I didn't take the time to put them in an order, and also because I don't think there really is one. Whatever. It's just basically 10 things we do on the wedding day. Number 1, we are the point person for everyone. So that means we're the point of contact for your vendors, we're the point of contact for you and your bridal party, and we're the point of contact for guests. It's always good to have a figurehead for someone to go talk to if they have questions, if the photo booth doesn't know where to set up, if the caterer has questions on the appetizers at the last minute, if the florist gets stuck in traffic and needs somebody to call. We are the point of person. We're the point of contact so you don't have to be. Number 2, we're body movers. This one sounds a little weird, but track with me on this one. We move bodies. We take the bridal party from the getting ready space to the ceremony space, and we make sure they get in there on time. We make sure we move the guests from wherever they're hanging out to the ceremony space and to their seats. We then move the bridal party out, move the guests out, and move them to cocktail hour, get the bridal party back in for all of the photos, and then we move guests from cocktail hour into reception and move the bridal party in for grand entrance. And that means that we are going around politely notifying people of what's happening next, encouraging them to move on to the next activity, and that sometimes takes a really, really long time. To get 150 people from one space to another, especially if they start chatting or they're walking slow because they're in the middle of a great conversation, or they're waiting at the bar to grab one last drink before the reception starts. Being the manager of that and being the body mover is something that's really key in keeping your event moving smoothly. Number 3, we are detail checkers. So that means we run around and make sure the place settings are set out the way that you want them to be, that the caterers have the buffet set up the way it's supposed to be, that the chairs are the perfect distance from the table, because there is a perfect distance, believe it or not. Also that all of your decor items are set up the way that you have designated for those vendors to set them up. We double check all of those details so when the guests come in, everything is ready and perfect and exactly the way that you envisioned it to be. Number 4, we're the timing managers. We manage the time. Not only do we put together the timeline ahead of time, oh my gosh, can I say time like 7 more times? Not only do we put a timeline together ahead of time, and send it out to all the vendors, but we make sure we stick to it on the day of. And if we don't, we help to manage or shift things back and forth so that everything still flows really, really smoothly. So if you start your ceremony about 15 minutes late, we then let all of the other vendors know, specifically the caterers, because we want to make sure the food is coming out at the right temperature. Hey, we started 15 minutes late. I don't think we're going to be able to make that up during cocktail hour because we have a full hour that's devoted to photos. We also make sure that everything happens when it's supposed to happen, because that ensures event flow and that ensures that your event has a good pace to it and nothing's dragging on for too long or nothing feels dead or stagnant. When we manage that time, we're definitely very aware of the vibes that are happening. And we want to make sure that everyone is continuously enjoying themselves. Number 5, we are personal assistants to an extent. If you have a headache, I've got some Advil. If your feet hurt, I'll go get your flats. If you forgot your lip color back in the room, we will run and grab it for you. We handle all of those extra little details that pop up for you personally. We want to make sure that your day is as smooth as possible, and that means that we need to assist you in some of those personal items, like reapplying your lipstick or checking your teeth to see if you've got anything going on. It's happened before, it's gonna happen again. So we're basically like a modified version of a personal assistant. Number 6, kind of in line with being a personal assistant, we are body buffers, which means we help get the couple from point A to point B as efficiently and as politely as possible. We may need to step in so Great Aunt Susie doesn't commandeer your time for 15 minutes when toasts are supposed to be happening. We will literally be your body buffer and walk in and say, I'm so sorry, we're gonna need to steal her, we gotta get the toast going, but hopefully she'll have a chance to get back to you a little bit later, which is, oh my gosh. Let's try this again. And get you out of Great Aunt Susie's grips when she just can't seem to stop talking. We're your body buffers. We're your bouncers. We help you move through the crowd as effortlessly as possible. Number 7, we are the gift getters. We get the gifts for you. Probably should explain that because I'm not quite sure if you cracked that code. We make sure that the gifts go from the table into the car that you've designated, or into the hotel room that you've requested, or back into the house if you're doing a backyard event. That way they're safe and secure and ready for you to open. Number 8, we are the rule enforcers. And while this one's kind of unfortunate to talk about, it's definitely important. Rule enforcing means we step in when a guest becomes unruly or needs to be cut off from the bar. If a vendor isn't performing the list of duties that they have been hired to do or contracted to do, we then step in and make sure they remedy that or figure out a solution. Or if something happens that's not according to plan and not according to your wishes, we step in and fix it as quickly as possible. That's it. I don't know why I said Number 9, we're firefighters, which means we handle any issue that arises to the absolute best of our ability. If the bartender runs out of cups, we find someone that we can send on an errand to pick up cups. If the floor shows up and she's missing one full centerpiece due to some sort of error, then we're the ones that help her throw together another centerpiece really, really fast. We see the issues, we come up with a plan, and we address it as quickly as possible to put out that fire to make sure the event, again, goes as smoothly as possible. All right, let's see if we can make it through this video without a baby, because I don't think we're gonna make it through this video without a baby. Dang it! I mean, he's real cute, but he's really hard to focus around. Number 10, we are detail setter outers. I know those aren't real words, but track with me here for a second. We set out details for you. That means your card box, your guest book, your table numbers, favors if you have them, those kinds of items. Oh, escort cards, seating chart. We set out those items for you. Notice I said set out, not set up. Minor aside on this one. We are not the full setup and full teardown crew for the event. Because of all the other items that I listed off, that means we are pretty busy throughout the day. Sure, we have some downtime once the reception starts, once the reception gets up and running, but that doesn't mean that we are there to do DIY centerpieces or put together an arbor, or perhaps you did your own appetizers for cocktail hour, or you have a DIY dessert bar. We are not there to do that full setup and full teardown. Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's go get a baby. All right, we're doing this with the baby. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. Nobody panic. What was I saying? Detail setter outers. If it requires any sort of labor-intensive setup and or teardown, it's not something we really have a lot of time to do. So yes. So be sure to communicate those things with your coordinator, because they'll probably need to bring in extra people if you do have those DIY elements. So just keep that in mind. We set out, we don't necessarily set up as a standard. We can, but you gotta let us know ahead of time. You're the cutest. So there you have it, folks. 10 roles that a wedding coordinator plays on your wedding day. I hope this helped. I hope it brought a little bit of clarity for you. If you have additional questions, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Or if you have questions for our coordinator, leave those down there as well. If you have not done so yet, like and go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks for the modern day bride. Also, give us a follow on our social medias, all 2 of them, because we are killing it in the social media game. Thank you very much. Or if you'd like a little more one-on-one time with a coordinator, feel free to shoot me an email. I love chatting with brides, and we offer consultation hours all the time. And now he's eating the bed, so I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right, guys, until next time, hopefully, you know. Whoa. Bye, guys.